Okay, welcome back everyone to hour number 2 or episode 11 of Shadows of the Iron Gods. So we have some prisoners to deal with. So there's 5 like regular looking Smilers, and then the dude who's got like a stump for an arm with an axe in it.
Yeah.
2 of the Smilers are dead. 3 of them are still passed out, and the guy with the axe hand has sort of he's starting to come round.
Can I check them for valuables?
I'd assume we've disarmed them at least.
Yes. So each of the 5 normal dudes have a battered pistol. They also have a masterwork buckler each, masterwork leather armor each, and a handful of bullets. And you find 4 doses of the sort of blue cream stuff you saw the guy like rubbing into his wounds.
Alright.
Which knowledge check would be made to identify that stuff?
Yeah.
Generic?
Yes, actually, because it's technological.
Alright. Was it, sorry?
Engineering.
Alright. Do this. 22.
I can't.
Okay, so it's a drug called Soothe. Let's find the appendix. Where is it?
Oh, wait, Jimmy, I was assuming that you're writing down what everyone has because you normally do that. Is that the case?
Yep, I have written it all down.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's a strange pinky blue gel-like substance. A single dose of Soothe dulls pains and creates a euphoric sensation, particularly when applied to an open wound. Rubbing a dose of Soothe onto one's skin or imbibing it cures 1 point of damage, but rubbing it onto a wound received less than a minute ago heals 1d8 damage. In addition, for the next minute, the user becomes immune to bleed damage and gains a +2 morale bonus against fear effects.
Wow. That's really good.
However, it's highly addictive. It doesn't properly heal flesh, so it makes horrific scars if you put it over an open wound. And yeah.
That sounds pleasant.
Good to have in.
And it tastes like citrus.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Well, good to have in a pinch, as we need healing and nothing else is available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how does it work on androids?
It works fine on androids.
Yeah.
I guess androids can get addicted to stuff as well.
Yeah,
Would have
maybe.
thought so.
I'm not sure.
Mm.
So there are 5 battered pistols. Each
Right.
worth, I think they're worth 5d10 gold.
You need a
So
specific
we'll roll that.
feat to be able to use them.
No, so they're specific gunslinger weapons, so
Yeah.
only the gunslinger who made it can use it.
Okay.
But they can be sold for scrap, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 5 masterwork bucklers and 5 masterwork normal leather armor.
Master leather armor. Okay. How many bullets?
Let me roll some dice.
Okay.
I'm assuming bullets are completely useless if you don't have a gun. Yes?
Yeah, if you don't have a gun. There are 29 bullets.
You can't
Okay.
take the gunpowder out and set fire to it or anything like that.
Not in the small doses that you'd put in a pistol.
Okay.
So are they cartridge bullets or like the mini ball ones that you would need to put powder in set?
Yeah, they need separate powder.
Okay,
You
yeah.
find an equal number of doses of black powder.
All right. Okay, and how many doses of soothe were there, and are we keeping them?
There's 4 doses of soothe.
Should probably keep
Okay.
it. That'd be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Hatchet
good.
Hand has 1 masterwork hatchet or hand axe that you can take off of him, and 1 that is an arm.
Oh, you can
could
take that
try
too.
and remove that if you wanted to.
Well, might be a good
Um,
idea to remove the blade at least.
And he's also wearing masterwork hide armor. And then he has 1 gas grenade left.
Oh, the fart
Nice.
grenade. Yes, I remember.
Indeed, they were fun.
Oh, and no, that's it. That's it for Sue. Yeah.
Can the grenade be used by anyone, or is this again need a specific thing?
I think anyone can throw a grenade.
Okay.
Oh, good. So what were the effects of that gas grenade? I'm trying to remember.
It is nauseated.
Yeah,
They're
Drown.
nauseated.
Okay, fair enough.
and it had a pretty
Actually,
large
really
radius, I
good.
think.
yeah,
Yeah.
20-foot spread. DC 14 Fortitude save will become nauseated for 1d4 plus 1 rounds.
Not bad. All right.
Does anyone want to claim anything? That loot pile.
No, you something.
What? Sorry, what?
Sorry.
So, I mean, the only useful
Okay.
things are the gas
I don't
grenade.
think there's anything that I can make use of at all. So
You don't want the drugs?
no, I thought we were gonna keep the drugs as a group and use them if need be.
I mean,
Yeah.
just so you can hold it, because you currently don't have any self-healing.
Okay, I'll take the drugs.
Yeah, alright.
All right. Actually, I have a couple just in case.
Sure.
So
Okay.
you've got the neurostim thing, so you've already got
Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Yeah. All right, fair enough.
So it's
Okay,
four,
yep, all yours.
4 of them.
Maybe it's because I've been playing Telltale games, but I'm just imagining every time Cassie does something, just up in the top corner of the screen, Stelmaris approves. Stelmaris disapproves.
Still, Maris will remember what you said.
Stelmaris approves.
Does still Morris approve of me taking the drugs?
No, he very much doesn't approve you taking drugs.
No, not taking, but taking possession of the drugs.
He doesn't voice anything.
Okay, so I'm gonna take them.
Can I have the grenade then?
Yeah, go
Yep.
ahead.
Yeah.
Think something to throw.
Yeah, I guess it's either you or me who would take the grenade, and because we have good dexterity, and that's for like throwing stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
assuming it was 4. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 4.
Yeah.
So, what do the paladin and friends want to be done with the prisoners? Because Gavin still is.
Yeah,
think
so
yeah.
Captain Andelin says, well, the scriptures say that anyone should be given the opportunity to repent.
What do
And so
you?
he walks up to one of the Smilers that's awake. So not Hatchet Hand, one of the
Brothers.
goons, and he looks at the dead bodies and he looks at the Smiler and he says, "Do you repent your evil ways?" And the Smiler laughs, says, "Fuck off!" Arrgh! And then Andelin just buries an axe in his head.
And there's if this was a Telltale game, then that would be Gavin approves.
And so he goes to the next Smiler and says, "And you, do you repent?" And the Smiler's got like this look of fear in his eyes, but he doesn't say anything. And Andelin says, I'll take your silence as a no. Buries an axe in his head.
So there are what, 2 left and Hatchet Head? And
Yeah.
One left and Hatchet Head, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, what
Oh.
Jim said.
You probably want to leave one of the peons alive because they might be more easy to intimidate, or they might know less.
Yeah, we should probably interrogate them before
Yeah.
we kill
Yeah.
them all.
Yeah, Andelin says, "Oh, be my guest."
Hello, good smiling folk. How are you all today?
So Hatchet Hand looks at you, and he's got like this big, like artificial grin on his face, just where all the skin has been peeled away from his face. Says, "Quite well."
That's good. That's good. Hey, could you enlighten me as to your purpose here?
We are taking the thought. It's a gift.
For whom?
Honaro.
Could you say that again? I didn't quite get that. I mean, your lips.
Marrow. And Andelin says, he's saying Marrow. It's their leader.
Marrow.
Good information.
Who's
So, as a
Marrow?
gift, are you intending your own personal advancement through this?
Marrow will give it to the Lords of Rust.
I see.
And the Sniders will be risen.
What did
So
the
that
Lords
means
of
that
Rust
you-
want with this place? Did they ask for it, or did you just assume?
We assume.
Okay.
So you admit that you're lower in status than the Lords of Rust.
Oh.
For the time being.
What makes the Lords of Rust so powerful?
They are God.
Well, these gentlemen here had a god and you defeated them, so...
They are a weak God. Hellion is strong.
Strong how? Does he have particular aspects?
He is the claw, and his word is the law.
All right. So how are
Have
the
you ever
lords?
seen this? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jimmy.
I was gonna say, how are the Lords of Rust retaliating against you right now?
Retaliating? How?
Well-
Why would they retaliate? We are allies.
Yeah.
Oh, you're okay.
Wanted to gift this to the Lords of Rust. They're trying to
I see. Sorry. Yeah.
say, like, look, we're helpful. Don't crush us.
All right. I'll write that down.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so Hellion, have you seen any of his miracles? I would say. What power does he grant?
He has a great number.
None.
He has
Another-
priests and clerics. They cure wounds. They inflict them. They
Are we
are
quite the same?
strong.
We too have seen such a thing. If we were to want to pledge allegiance to this great god, where would we go?
To the arena
Which is where?
in Scrapwall.
Of course it is.
In the center. There, the mighty Hellskag. She was.
What?
I didn't get that at all.
So The miners are pledging allegiance to the Lords of Rust. What about, we've got the other ones already, Silverhawks or something? And
Steelhawks.
Red
and
Steelhawks.
where do they stand with the Lords of Rust?
Red to his weak, small little Raktok. They are weak.
And are they with or against?
The Steelhawks are in controlled.
Is that in control or being controlled? I didn't catch.
They're being controlled.
Being controlled.
Oh.
Being controlled by whom?
By the Lords, of course.
So,
Hmm.
Lords are dominant
So the-
above all in Raptor.
They are the Lords.
Hmm.
I suppose that makes sense, yes. Quite fine.
Hmm.
Anyone else got anything? No, okay.
What can we learn from this guy?
No, I can't think of anything.
We've got their boss name. Can I just do sort of incidental talk to learn their mannerisms if I needed to impersonate them at any point later on?
Hmm.
I think you've probably learned enough from him. The big thing being you're going to have to cut your lips off.
Yeah, that's what.
Disguise
Sorry.
Because
self.
I'm having enough trouble trying to do it, and I have lips.
Yeah.
Disguise self. Would that work?
Yeah, I think maybe.
It's just if we need to later on. It sounds like we might want to try and be one of the other gang.
Yeah.
All right. So I propose we head up Scrapwall way and see what the lay of the land is there.
We need to be sneaky about it. Doesn't sound like we'd be quite welcome.
Hmm.
Very welcome. But
Hmm.
we still have Ghost and this fine fellow to deal with.
Indeed.
So Andalon sort of steps forward and says, "Are you finished?"
Think so?
I think so.
But Hal, final question. Do you repent?
Hatchet Hand hisses at you, and then Andalon buries an axe in his back.
That ceases
Well, that's simple
negotiation.
Right. Okay. So
Very fine
to-
swing, sir. Good heft on that axe. Well done.
Thank you. Executing isn't always the finest part of the job, but it does give some satisfaction.
Very, very clean. Don't want to see 3 swipes of an axe. I mean, you should have seen this other guy we had.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do you want to deal with the ghost, or do you want to head off to Scrapwall?
How do we deal with the ghost?
I don't know. How do you want to deal with
Yeah.
it?
Morris is not cool with me lying.
I mean,
Well, what's he
either
gonna
way, we
do?
want to rest here tonight, don't we? Just to get
Yeah.
full strength.
Mm.
We can presumably be haunted by ghostly visions or something, or wailing. Maybe things will come clear.
Yeah, our minds
Yeah.
will change when the ghost does its spooky thing. Tells its
Yeah.
sad tale.
So what you propose we set up camp in the grave?
No, Gavin will meditate in somewhere ghosty.
Yeah, no, you've been offered beds and things.
Okay. Well, I think this is something that needs to be taken care of. And Cassie, I realise that Stelmaris is against this, but quite frankly, I don't see any other way. You should probably do this.
Well, you could wear a
cheeky-
wedding veil and a dress.
I can't disguise myself as well as you can, Cassie, and you know that.
But you can
I'm
still
great
wear a
at
wedding
many-
veil and a dress. Lardo's got the outfit you could buy. Got the right size.
Oh dear.
So I think maybe we should, yeah, if you guys wanna take a rest and
Yeah.
get all your stuff
I
back.
think that.
Yep.
Yes.
So you bed down. The Saranites offer to rotate watches, so you guys don't have to do anything. And throughout the entire night, your sleep is disturbed semi-regularly by mournful wails and cries. You think between the screams and the wailing, you hear the name Juliana, my love.
Oh, we got a name at least.
Hmm.
And cries out to Saranray. Saranray, why did you send me away from her? And yeah, you don't get a restful night's sleep, but you wake up in the morning, rested enough that you can sort of gather yourself and be ready for the next day.
Right. Okay. So what I'll do is in the morning. So I guess what's his name? Andalin is with us still, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. Andalin, can you tell me if there are any priests of Saranray in Scrapwell that we can bring down here?
Why would you need
Jimmy.
one from Scrapple? I have two
Damn
right
right.
Yeah.
Good. Well, use okay. Situational awareness. Forgive me. Right.
Like fail there.
I don't think we ever clarified. So, what is Saranway's core belief? Are they just crusaders, or do they have?
Saranray is goddess of the sun. She is goddess of healing, and she is, she is definitely the crusader god. She is all about, she believes in, or her worships believe that everyone has a chance to redeem themselves. Like she is the god of redemption among her other like domains. But those who do not choose to redeem themselves are purged in holy fire.
Okay. So this is good angle. He's defying his god in multiple ways. Good. We've got angles for not interrogation.
So, can we get him to redeem himself then?
Yeah. I think
So
maybe
that-
philosophical cool debate might be better than trickery.
Hmm. Maybe you're right.
Might be.
So Andalin says, tried that. Ghosts don't really like talking.
Yes.
What exactly
rubbish.
did you try? Tell us everything.
Well,
You
that's
want me to
1,000
tell you?
years.
500 years of trying to purge a ghost.
Fair enough. Never mind. All right.
Has anyone tried hitting it with a holy hammer?
Yes, it comes
Yeah.
back. It's what ghosts
yeah,
do.
loud.
Well,
What if the ghost defended someone?
What?
What if we made the ghost think that it saved the castle, not us, and then it's redeemed itself?
Well, I mean, he could have saved the
How would you do
castle.
that?
Not a clue. It scared the invaders off with its moaning.
Could be just in the chapel, you three kneeling down. I've got you at my mercy. No one can stop me now. That sort of. I denounce all gods. No, surely no. Saranray will save these people. I don't think.
We'll put the whole show on. Interesting.
But we can add that to the list of the maybe pile.
Yeah, the problem with that would be that the person who does that dies. It's dying is kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Well, so yeah, do we want to do a hilarious but awful plan, or what?
Gavin still thinks the ghost deserves it. Like, deserves being tormented forever.
So I think in like the disguise tables, there's a significant penalty to doing opposite gender. So we either have to convince the priests or Cassie, if that's what we're doing.
So I guess. So
Has
what
no
gender
one-
are the priests?
Has no one tried this disguising as the fiancé thing before?
No, it's never occurred to anyone.
But it's clearly the best idea anyone's ever had. Oh dear.
Hmm.
Can we
I think
Possibly
we've been
people
discussing it for
tried.
long enough. That
saying to Saranray, asking her to forgive the ghost?
Well, we'd need someone.
We have a lot of
Very
priests
close.
of Saranray.
And I think that's probably something they have tried, and it's not Saranray's fault. He's stuck here. It's his own fault. He is willingly holding himself to the material planes.
So what if
Do
we
you not know that every sun must set, every heart must heal, and everyone has a chance for redemption? Hasn't he not been listening to anything?
Can we get some sort of token of Saranray's forgiveness and chuck it at him?
Like I said, it's not Saranray that's keeping
No.
him.
If he believed that he'd been forgiven, he might go.
No, but he doesn't give a shit about Saranray.
Okay.
That's why he murdered the fuck out of all the Saranray worshippers.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen the episode of the IT Crowd with Roleplay? They just wants the goodbye.
I mean, it seems like heart to heart with the ghost does seem like the best way to go here. But
But it's sort of a thing where I think it'd be an easier bluff if you somehow don't talk. I'm not sure how to sort of. That means the disguise.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. The disguise is kind of the most viable way, sadly, that we've thought of.
Yeah, it's not like we can give him by text or anything. Like, I give you smiley face.
Yeah, LOL.
Yeah. All right.
I think it's too hilarious to do nothing at this point. Not to do nothing. Rather. Yeah.
Yeah, we've gone too far into it. We kind of need to do something
Yeah,
to
we
see how
can
this pans
come
out.
back in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
In one thing that might be the beginning of an idea, and Gavin most certainly doesn't mention this in earshot of any of the clerics, is that if he's essentially denounced Saranray, maybe we could somehow use that against him.
You want to convert him? That's your thing.
I was thinking something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think you can convert a ghost.
Oh,
They're quite single-tracked.
So we're supposed to find someone who had like an elvish name in Scrapful. Would she be a better candidate? Because we don't know. Right.
Dinvaya.
Yeah. I mean, it sounded like.
I don't think you can evaluate better candidate.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, what do you guys?
Someone make a decision.
Let's go to Scrapple.
yeah.
Probably
Okay.
better than doing the disguise plan. All right.
I'm up for you
Marginal.
being disguise.
Well, I'm not. I've never been a bride before, and I've never tried to
Someone
chat
did
ghosts.
suggest disguising themselves as the father. That is
Yeah.
also a possibility.
Hmm.
Hmm.
We could do both because you've got to disguise yourself, and somehow I'll be on stilts, and then
But you can't. I guess then you got an excuse. Have to have an excuse for why have you covered your face if you're the father.
I could be ghostly somehow.
Full of shame. No. All right. Maybe scrap wall is the best way to go.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to, I'm totally behind you doing
I don't know.
this.
It's difficult because I've been sort of basically playing safe, but playing adventurous is more what you're supposed to be doing.
Heaven forbid.
The level of adventurous but stupid
Hmm.
against.
Heaven forbid you do something on this adventure.
I know, right?
No, I think Scrapple will probably give us a few more answers.
Yeah. So I mean, I think you probably have enough information from what you've learned. Like, you know that he lived in Absalom 1,000 years ago. You can probably find the fashion in Absalom hasn't changed that much. In fact, maybe they have a chance for wearing sort of partial face masks and things like that, like masquerade-like masks and stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't suppose it's as simple as doing like knowledge local to try and find the race of this lady.
Given they're from Absalom, human is probably the best bet.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
an Ori's probably not the best. Alright. Alright, Scrapple then.
At least
That's
something.
cool.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, Gavin is still mostly neutral, slightly against doing anything about the ghost.
But my idea
We
got
wanna
shot
do it on
down
the way
by
back.
lions, so
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you carry that thing around? Jeez. No. Alright.
surely he's going to object to someone saying that.
Yeah, he
I just
probably
give a
says-
faint smirk.
I think he growls at you.
Is that a thing where, because he's exoplanar, can he actually damage ghosts if that comes to that? Just weird stuff.
No.
Okay.
Can any of us damage ghosts?
If you have magic weapons, you can do half damage to a ghost.
Okay.
But we can only like destroy its corporeal form and it burns in a few days or something, right?
Yeah, return in a few days.
I saw
I mean, we could test it now, fail, and then come back.
that.
Could do that.
Let's go to Scrapple. We've been here for bloody ages.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to
That's
Scrapple.
like a plot.
Okay. Fine.
You can do it on the way back.
Okay, so you make your way. You leave the grave of Aldrinard and begin to make your way on the sort of mile or so journey to Scrapwall itself.
Do we have like a hill which overlooks so we can do scouting without?
No, it's like it rises out of the ground basically.
Inconvenient.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So I guess we just go. Do we still have our horses? Because I remember last
Yeah.
time we did actually have.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. Right.
Now we have the issue of how are we going to get in? We can discuss this for an hour now.
Okay, so
Just rise into town.
So as you approach Scrapwall, so you see rising out of the ground this quite intimidating sight. There are towers of rusted iron and hills of rubble and ruin, long ago divested of anything of remote value by tech-hungry scavengers, looming from the dusty surrounding plains. Immense lengths of chain, coils of jagged wire, giant clockwork gears, and old corrugated metal cargo containers, riddled with gashes, bullet holes, and the telltale signs of laser fire, piled high, forming a jagged and intimidating hill-like structure surrounding the interior of the scrapyard. As you approach, you see that Scrapwall is enormous. It's about sort of 3 miles or so at its widest point. But you do see towards the south a rather purposely built gatehouse that looks to be the most obvious entry.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
Are we meant to be able to see this text?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there for flavor reasons.
mhm.
So, lots of rust. I can see that the Lords of Rust must have had some sort of effect here. All right, so gatehouse
Yeah, so there's a gatehouse to the south.
to the south. So we're at the north edge. Is there anyone around there?
You can't see from how far away you are.
Well, I think
the obvious thing
Yeah.
is, can we try and ride through the gate?
Yeah.
Right. If you ride up to the gatehouse, then
Yeah,
stuff
I
will
think
happen.
it's-
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do we want to like pledge ourselves to Hellion and then apparently get fight in an arena? Is that the
Yeah,
route, or do we want to?
what's our story for getting in?
Do we need one? Well, I guess we
We
would
might
need one
need
when
one.
we actually get it. Yeah. All
I
right.
guess, yeah, we can't just ride up and go, hello, we're here to find out about your god so we can kill him.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a good
that
point.
started good and then went bad. We could
Yeah.
just maybe do the first bit.
We are here to purge the heretics.
No, can't settle down.
I think that will end badly.
But well, you could say the heretics against Hellion.
But Gavin doesn't want to say that.
I don't know anything about this Hellion. I might not want to preach for him.
Maybe you should have asked more about the arena. Yeah. Well,
We're
Are
here
we-
for business.
yeah, those are options. We can pledge ourselves, be ourselves, or humble traders.
We're business people.
Business.
We are a band of travelling washerwomen.
Anyway,
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like
We can't fake business, can we?
Oh, we are here for business. The,
Yeah. I
the
mean,
that
business
is
is
true,
just
yeah.
purging the heretic.
Killing. Yeah.
As long as we don't mention that business.
so. I mean, we've got the name of one of the gang leaders. So if you wanted to go that route and say we've got official business with Marrow,
Mm.
it's above your pay grade. Just let us in.
But what if Marrow then comes to speak with us? What do we do then?
I mean, this
Improvise.
this place, isn't it like a proper town almost like that? Not everyone comes here to do Hellion stuff.
No, it's
Mm.
very much not a town.
Okay.
It is a scrapyard where a bunch of gangs live.
Okay, but
Yeah.
if you come there, then you have some sort of specific business, and you don't just come there to do town stuff.
Can't we just? We're here to sell some guns. You thought you might like them? We've got some guns.
Yeah, maybe.
So we have actually got quite a few guns. That would be a good way to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I think that's the best way. I think.
Okay.
All right. Sure.
So,
Okay.
Right.
So you sort of ride up towards the gate. Question I need to ask: is Stelmaris present?
Yes.
Okay. So you ride up towards the gate, and it's sort of it's the most deliberate looking part of the wall. It looks like someone's cleared scrap and piled it up, and then built a metal structure into the side of the wall. There's a steel portcullis down in the center of it, and standing on top you see a man, sort of average height. He's wearing a helmet that has sort of comes down in like a bird's beak over his face.
Oh, that's cool.
And his armor is sort of detailed in sort of feathers and stuff around the shoulders and the pauldrons.
I think he might be a
as
bit
you
evil.
approach, he says, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Hello, good sir. We're traders with many fine weapons and equipment to sell. Would you mind opening the gate?
He says, "The scrap was not a place for traders."
But surely you like guns. Everyone likes guns.
The people here don't trade. We take. And if you don't want your wares taken, I suggest you leave.
Perhaps you're underestimating the quality of our goods. Why don't you come down and investigate them for yourself?
Why don't you give me a bluff check?
Okay. Is there only one guy here, by the way?
Yeah, you can only see one guy.
Oh dear.
Well, that was awful.
That was pretty
Roll
bad.
2.
Well, he says, "Wait there. Someone will be down." And he,
They're totally going to try and mug us, aren't they?
That's what happened last time. But
I'll be ready for a mugging.
Oh, I'm
So-
ready.
we're interested in
After a few minutes, a door on the side of the gatehouse opens up, and someone walks out. So she's an older woman. Her hair is sort of cut back in like a buzz cut. She's got this tattoo of a hawk on her face. And she sort of walks out of the gatehouse and walks towards you. Says, "We don't often take traders, but if you'll come inside for a moment, we may be able to discuss passage."
That is indeed most gracious. Can I sense motive to make sure she's on the level?
That's probably a good
Yep.
idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that as well.
Yeah, same. Oh wow, that is okay.
Yeah, I did.
I suck.
I think it's the first time I've not rolled like a 1 on sense motive. So
Oh,
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So all of you get the feeling she definitely wants to take you inside to talk, probably not about trading.
Okay.
okay.
You don't get an aggressive demeanor off her.
so we're not going to be immediately attempted murdered. Get in, probably.
No idea.
I think we go
I
in.
mean, I do have enough.
People attack us, we fight them off and prove assert our dominance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's
In order
only
to-
one gang, so there are 3 others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we are competent fighters. I believe that if something happens, I do not say out loud, of course.
Yeah, you're saying.
We've got
All right.
a lion. You can't go wrong with a lion.
Lead on.
So she turns around and says, "Come on, inside. Leave the horses. Leave that beast."
I'm sure Stelmars has something to say about that.
Might be better if he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, he's smart enough to stay quiet in this situation. He knows when he needs to pretend to be a real lion and when he needs to assert
we
himself
leave
as
him somewhere he
outside.
can come quickly if needed.
I mean, he's only going to be just outside the gate.
Okay.
So she takes you inside. You walk through a small barracks area. You see a number of other guards, all wearing the same bird beak helmet.
I like this.
Takes you into a back office and sits down in her chair. Says, "Take a seat or stand. I don't care. Now, who are you?"
Gun sellers.
Cut the crap. Who are you?
We're an adventuring group. We've come here to investigate matters. Would you be of need of such assistance?
Maybe. I know your type. Seen many of them before. Many of them come to Scrapwall trying to make a name for themselves. Most of them die. But I'm in need of something. You help me,
Do go on.
my gang can help you.
Okay.
Intriguing.
What would
So-
you need help with?
Hmm.
Which gang is that?
She laughs. So it's the Steelhawks, of course.
Hmm.
Recently,
Of course.
there was a coup. My leader was killed. One of those dirty smilers was put in control by the Lords of Rust. I want him dead, and I want my gang back.
We do not like the Smilers.
No.
No, I don't.
What are your feelings on the Lords of Rust and their Lord Hellion?
I have none. And you'd be careful about asking more questions.
Hmm. Right.
The deal is simple. You go in, kill bird food. I'll be able to help you.
Hmm.
I think we don't like
Well.
the Smilers. We're probably okay with that.
Just- how can we get
Hey.
to bird food?
Would she notice? If I do detect chaos, would there be like some sort of a
Yes, there is a
Effect.
visual effect. Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to try and detect chaos then.
Yes.
Someone else asked a question.
Yeah, how do we get to bird food?
He's in the Hawk Palace. Likes sitting in the chair.
Presumably he would have guards. Would they be from the Smiler Gang or your own?
Neither. He's got a cadre of orcs from the Lords of Rust.
Ah.
Ah,
He's not really a smiler anymore. Betrayed them as well.
Huh.
Basically,
That's
he's a
disruptive.
scoundrel.
does sound like quite the wrong one.
Yeah.
Any other details about his defenses that you can give us?
He likes birds.
So
What
do
is
we.
up with you then? You seem to be very bird themed.
She scowls at you.
Yeah, the way you said he likes birds, is this in a leisurely sense, or is this in a more murderous sense?
She doesn't answer that question.
Hey, let's go kill this bird fucker then.
Right, let's do it.
But presumably to get to him, we'll need to travel through the town. Will we be safe?
Safe. No one's safe.
Will we be at least some way inconspicuous?
She looks you up and down. She looks at Gavin. Looks him up and down. No, you won't.
Yeah.
It's worth wearing the cool duster. Gavin's duster is too cool. It's too cool to be inconspicuous.
Alright.
Well, want to take the deal? Do we have any more questions?
Well, I think if we can get into town, we can do this.
We get to have allies in this place.
Okay.
Very well.
If
Yeah.
there's nothing else, she gestures for you to leave. Once you're outside, the portcullis is pulled up, and you're allowed entry into Scrapple.
So,
Do I have a good hiding place to transform into the uniform of these hawk guys?
You can find one.
Your Superman transformation in a phone box.
Do you want to make a stealth check?
I'm just wondering if that makes it worse or better. I think it's worth doing something. So yeah, let's do that. So stealth check to get to the box.
Do they have many halfling hawks around?
halfling.
Well, that's what I was considering.
Hmm.
It might be easy to disguise myself
You
as a
have-
rat.
As you're sort of walking through, sort of looking for somewhere to hide, you do not see any halflings. You see humans, you see orcs, you see sort of half orcs, rat folk.
What about
That's about it.
Human size.
what about children?
Very few children. If you see one, it's they're being snatched up and taken somewhere where there aren't weapons all around.
Okay. So if there was a child in a gang, let's say the Steelhawks, would they be wearing Steelhawk armor? And if so, could we disguise Lardo as one?
Why would your character know that?
Well, all right. Are any of the kids that are around wearing
No,
steel?
they're wearing rags.
They are wearing rags. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't think we can persuade Lardo to wear rags somehow.
I'm pretty sure Lardo also has a beard. I've always imagined Lardo with a beard, so I don't think he could pose as a child. There is actually a halfling feat that lets you pose as a child.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
You should take it. You should really take it.
It's a racial thing. You take at character creation.
That's
But-
a shame.
Oh, I think I'm probably still gonna do this despite all the reasons not to do it.
That's good.
I guess is Gavin conspicuous mostly because of his creepy android eyes or something?
Also, bear in mind you're walking around with a lion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and it's not
that's
it's not a normal looking lion as well.
There is
Is he back with us
nothing
now?
conspicuous is happening here.
Yeah, we've left. The
Yeah, I
thing,
mean,
so
just trying to think of ways to minimize conspicuousness.
I mean, I'm doing the standard. I'm taking these prisoners to go see the boss. That's as far as I've got of ideas.
Yeah, I'll just set up a hood or something
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
hide my creepy android features.
I too
Do
happen
you
to
not
have a
have a
hood.
hat?
So.
I guess I might have a hat.
It seems like a thing you should have bought by now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes with the dust.
Well, your helmet. You've got
Yeah.
the robot.
Oh
helmet.
yeah. I have the RoboCop hat.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, so you can wear that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the
Awesome.
Robocop hat,
That would
and
draw no
I guess it
attention.
hides my creepy android eyes.
So
But
you're walking around. You basically look like a cowboy from Daft Punk.
Yeah.
This is awesome. All right.
Okay, so the Hawk Palace is sort of up in the top corner here of this bottom region of Scrapwall. As you're approaching it, you see this sort of ramshackle structure made of corrugated iron and scrap wood and things like that. Above the door is a sort of a scrap metal hawk that's been sort of crafted quite finely, and standing on a like a balcony, you see an orc. He's wearing
But how did you say orc or hawk?
orc.
One more time.
Orc.
ORC.
O-R-C.
Okay. Sorry.
Not a hawk, an orc.
What about an awkward bird? AUK? No.
Okay, so yeah, so he's wearing sort of hide armor, and he's got a sort of big club in his hand.
Right.
What do you guys
We
do?
see the boss. I imagine of some sort of thing along those lines.
Okay, and you're wearing your fake
Yes.
uniform.
Not sure if that helps or hinders in this situation.
Guys, could you give me a disguise check?
Yes, I can. I might have should have maybe used luck on that, but I didn't. So let's see what I got. That there.
Mm.
So, okay.
Still, there's lots of negatives going on here. Yeah. Well, all right.
So, the orc looks at your uniform and says, "Oi, little man, where'd you get that from?"
It was presented to me in a great ceremony. You should have been there, but you're too lowly to know such things.
Bull fucking shit.
Mm.
Regardless of how I got it, it is a symbol of strength, and you should respect that.
He says, "Oi, just hold off, the lot of you."
If we were to leave now, that would greatly upset what's his name, Bird Food. We're here to see him. Would you defy him?
Give me a bluff check.
Okay.
Mm.
Can I activate luck on this one so it'll be a +2?
Yeah.
Cool. I was on the wrong page. Where is it?
Oh, no.
Oh,
So
Oh God.
he says,
God.
"Oh, you want to see bird food, do you?"
Yeah.
And says, "Fine. Weapons at the door."
I'm fine with this.
does a lion count as a weapon?
I'm not
They're
fine
not going to
with
let
this.
the lion inside.
Nah, come on, you're bullshitting me now. We all know that's not the custom.
The
It's
more
part of my
lies you tell,
uniform.
little man, the more pieces I'm going to cut you up into.
Just you try it, scumbag. I feel like my intimidate check isn't working here.
Is it time for initiatives?
Probably time for a break, isn't it?
It is time for
Yes,
break.
it is time for a break,
Okay.
actually. That's a really good point. Yeah, so let's take a break and then we'll come back. We will deal with this situation that has been created.
It's fine.
Don't make peace
Okay,
with
we'll
gang.
be back in a few minutes.
Cool.
First time I actually get to